When Natalie Wood's mother was a young woman in Russia, a fortune teller warned her to beware of dark water. Years later, that same warning would apply to her daughter, one of Hollywood's biggest stars, who spent her entire life terrified of water and died in it. Born Natalia Zakharenko, she started acting as a child, and by 18 already had her first of 3 Oscar nominations. She became America's sweetheart in Miracle on 34th Street, Rebel Without a Cause, and West Side Story. But her mother had raised her on that same old prophecy, and Natalie grew up genuinely afraid of dark water, refusing even to swim in her own pool. Despite that fear, she kept working, even in films built around it like Splendor in the Grass. She married Robert Wagner in 1957, divorced him in 1962, then remarried him a decade later. After their reunion, they bought a 60-foot yacht and named it Splendor. She once wrote him a note that read, "Dearest, here's to smooth sailing for us from now on." It didn't turn out that way. In November of 1981, Natalie, Wagner, and actor Christopher Walken spent Thanksgiving weekend on that yacht near Catalina Island. Witnesses later said Natalie and Wagner had a violent argument on deck that night. Nobody heard a splash. Nobody heard anything at all. The next morning, she was found floating in the ocean, half a mile from the boat, still dressed in her nightgown and socks, with a jacket pulled over them. She was only 43. Her death was ruled an accidental drowning, but investigators reopened the case decades later, amending her death certificate and naming Wagner a person of interest. The truth of what happened on that boat has never been settled. The world remembers Natalie Wood as one of Hollywood's brightest stars. What it should remember is a woman who spent her whole life afraid of exactly the water that would one day take her, a fear nobody around her ever managed to protect her from. If a warning from your own life ever came true in a way you couldn't stop, tell me about it in the comments.